All right, so okay, it's starting to record. So all I wanted to do is to get together with you guys that are going to be going into NUR346 next session. Because that if you're in the next session, you need to complete all your work, including all of your practicum hours in that 7.5 weeks. But if you can get started now, you can be picking up hours towards that and then post those hours on your first week. So that's why I wanted to get with you now.
Oh, gotcha.
Right, okay, and I sent you the documents, the forms to go through. So let's look at the guidelines. Let me pull this over here. All right, you should be able to see the practicum guidelines right now.
Yeah.
So if you read through this, and this course is only for practicing nurses that are in the RN to BSN program, which I'm assuming you're in. So you need to find a baccalaureate prepared nurse mentor and someone that has at least 1 year of experience, okay, in nursing, especially at the baccalaureate level. Because I myself was an LPN, then I was an AS nurse, and then I got my bachelor degree. And it is at different levels, as you've seen, especially with the CCNE guidelines and the AACN essentials. It's a different realm and a different level that you're expected to practice at. Maybe not according to your board of nursing, but you've got management experience, research experience. You've got added general education experience that we didn't have in the AS program. So that's why you want to work with somebody who is also has that knowledge and then the experience at that level. So hopefully you can be thinking of somebody. Now, you can do your practicum pretty much anywhere, but it has to include at least 90 hours. So here's 135 total, but 90 of those hours have to be direct contact with patients or clients. The other
quick question real quick on that.
Yes.
Can I just count my regular work hours if I'm working with the nurse that has the bachelor's degree?
No, you can't.
So they have to be outside my regularly scheduled work hours?
Right, because, and I've been there, because I did this too, you will get caught up in your normal day-to-day activities. And you have to have a different focus because you're going to be expected to do a project at the end of this. So you have to have eyes on this new area with this new person. I mean, it can be in the same facility, but it has to be in a different area, totally different, away from your normal work hours. Because while you're doing these 90 hours working with that mentor and their patients, you are looking for something that needs to be changed, to be updated, something that could benefit the clients or benefit the nurses or benefit that facility. So you're looking for this while you're working with that person and their patients. And you'll see these things more clearly as new set of eyes in a different area. So you'll do those 90 hours with them, and you'll show them everything in advance so they know you're looking to do a project. And so 45 hours of your 135 total are what we call indirect contact. That's where you're working with your mentor, you're working with your project, maybe you're doing research that the mentor tells you would help with a project, maybe you've got to go to a meeting or something about this, but those 45 hours, keep track of all that. That's going to count for indirect contact. 90 hours with this person on their floor in their experience. I mean, I've had some students do school nursing because they have to require a bachelor's degree, and they'll be working with them, and they can do a project for the parents. I mean, it's an educational thing. Or some people have worked in a skilled nursing facility with maybe the director of nursing or one of the charge nurses on the units, and they'll see where there might be a lacking of knowledge, and they'll do an in-service. So work with your mentor and be that new set of eyes in that new area and see something, and ask them to help you find something. They might have an idea, or they go like, oh man, I've been working here all this time and I never thought of that. But you might see that. So that's why it can't be on your normal floor. It has to be somewhere a little different.
All right.
So you're going to keep track of all your hours. You have a log, and I think I sent it to you, but you'll get it in your class. And that's where you'll keep track of all your hours. So on week 1 of the course, that's where you'll gather up all these hours you're already going to be putting in. You can find somebody and you can work through the documentation to get started, keep track of those hours. And then if you can maybe pull 1 or 2 shifts before the course even starts, keep track of those too. Then in week 1, you're going to put all that on your log for that week.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, whatever you can do now is going to be a head start into those hours. And then, so just read through all this, the qualifications and everything. And then you're going to be filling out, if I can find it, the agreement. So this is something you can work right now, well, after your vacation, but before the class starts, with your mentor and keep track of it. You go visit somebody and you're working to find out, if they're going to qualify, and you go through the guidelines with them and you get their name and all this information filled out. Then you can go down here to actually get started on this document. And there's no reason, you couldn't get started on this early and put down here, these are the goals for week 1. So what you're going to put on here, and it'll tell you above, is some goals or things that you can do with your mentor and the patients to help you meet these outcomes. And then, of course, how you'll incorporate your core principles during this first few weeks. So this is something you work with the mentor to fill out and then count those hours. And then halfway through, you're going to do the week 4 one. And things could change. I mean, you might have had one idea here to meet that, but then it changed. And so that's why you have opportunities to make differences. But whatever you work on in advance, you're going to make note of. Okay? So once you've got your mentor and all this filled out, then you need to send it to me so that I can make note of who your mentor is and if their background and all that, and see how you're doing and give you any feedback you need. And then, like I said, once you've got this going and you've read through what the assignments will be about, you can share that with your mentor, then you can get started getting some of those contract hours.
As soon as it turns green,
now, you're going to be doing a weekly journal throughout this 7.5 week course. But right now, if you're going to be working with your mentor, I would make notes of things that might go along with your weekly journal so that you can use that when you first hit the class. So you'll already have some ideas of things you want to talk about in your weekly journals because you've been doing some hours. You can't turn in any journals, you can't turn in any logs, the only thing you can turn into me is that one document we just looked at. But other than that, you're keeping all these things in a file, and once the class starts, you've got goods to use and help you have an easier time of getting the class done. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Who was? Oh, Stephanie came in. Hi, Stephanie.
Yeah.
All right.
My computer is downloading the meeting. I apologize.
All right. We're recording, so anything you missed, I'll send out in the link to everybody. All right. So you guys are going to get started on your guidelines, your practicum. You're going to read your guidelines. You're going to read all those documents I sent you. You're going to start working on your practicum and agreement once you find somebody. Check with me, make sure that it's going to work for you, and then you'll get started. Once we get to the class, you'll start turning in your logs and your journals. By about week 2 or 3, we're going to have a meeting with you and your mentor to go over things, see how things are going, and see how your project's coming along. Make sure you set some time up with your mentor to go over the project so that they know what you're looking to do. You don't want something huge that's not going to be able to be done, but something that you can complete during this course. That's why I said maybe sometimes an in-service. We had somebody actually redo some signage for their surgery units because it was confusing the doctors and the nurses. And so she worked all through that, and they redid the signs. It was really kind of exciting. Another one made a brand new cart for CPR for the pediatric unit, crash cart, because theirs was somewhat outdated and things were missing, and that's terrible. You got to have good stuff. So that was, work with your mentor, work on the unit, see what's going on, come up with some ideas, and then you'll be working on that through the program. Okay?
All right.
All right. So you guys go off and have a lovely weekend. You've got my phone number, right? And my email.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions or anything, just give me a call, because the more you can get done now, the better off you're going to be when that class starts.
Sounds good. I'll get going on it.
All right. Well, you guys go enjoy your weekend, and I will see you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.